Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. This is just going to be what I've finished slash tried to accomplish with free equipment removal week. I just want to show you some sadness. First, I got 388 accessories in one run, and all of them were unusable. So super QQ there. I was so sad. I'm 3-1. I'm also going to show you that I got a haste last night for my daily summon. Could have been ML or Mantha. It wasn't. Oh well, maybe next time. So let's just go through the units I've built, why I've built them this way, and kind of what I plan to do with the future for them. So first off is Cermia. Honestly, Cermia was super back burner for me. I'm not really interested in her too much. I love her, but I just couldn't find a place for her. I'm probably going to unequip this before free equipment removal is over because I'm obviously not happy with it. I just threw some stuff on her so I could use her. Basically, I just couldn't find a spot for her on a team. I didn't really need her anywhere. I couldn't really use her in PvP. Although we'll get to a unit later that I plan to use with her, which is why I'm gonna redo her gear. Next up is DN. This is the way she's looking here. I upgraded this 15 speed, my highest speed substat I have. And I decided to make her just fast, really tanky, and used her for PvP. Obviously, this ring needs upgraded. I really need some HP rings. Would have been nice if one of those defense ones were HP. We have Violet here, my only unchangeable unit. I did not touch Violet one bit. I use Violet for all sorts of PvP. I also use Violet for my normal lab because he just camps so unbelievably well. This set is just so good and I have no reason to take it off. I would love him to be tankier, but I can't really get him any tankier, so I'm really happy with this and he's just amazing. Next up we have Bellona. She's at 210 speed right now. This is her set. Pretty good effectiveness too, decent crit rate, not high crit damage, not high attack. This ring is decent. 6 speed is always great, and these are the boots we're going with too. I really wanted her HP to be high and her defense to be high. I really like my nukers slash people I use in PvP to have a good amount of HP just to kind of surprise people. So this is how I ended up building her. We also have Tamarin here. She's sitting on 215 speed. She is just the best, like absolutely the best. I kind of want to switch this with Dian's weapon to get her to 220 speed, but I feel like that's kind of overkill. Yeah, really happy with this set as well. We've got 7 speed there, 5 speed there, a bunch of defenses there. I use her literally everywhere that isn't PvP. If I had Iceria, I could use her there too, but for now, I'm just stuck with this PvE monster. If you have Tamarin, you should build her and put them at all your teams, basically. Next up, we have Luna. Luna's on Tonfa because I don't know what else to give her. She is on a speed crit damage build. There's all her gear here. Not really happy with this. This might have to change, but honestly, like I said before, I really like to get HP and defense up on my DPS. So this is why I have this on her. Just to give her an 11.5k and 10 or 1k defense. I just really like that. She doesn't hit hard enough. This is something I will need to look into for the future, but I'm not really sure how to fix it yet. So I'm just kind of leaving her right here. She does enough for what I need her for, and that's good enough for me. We also have Araminta here. She is a little weak, to be honest. She's got a little too slow stats. I would love to get her speed up. Also, I have no idea how she managed it, but she only has 5,300 HP. I just noticed that now. That is not gonna cut it, Araminta. Holy. She's got 1 billion defense, though. Where is she getting all these defense ups? Okay, so she's got defense there. She's got defense there. She's got defense there. She actually has 0 HP subs. Okay, so I need to fix this one because that's not gonna work. Next up is my Lidica. My Lidica's at 225 speed, 48% effectiveness. Kind of like this set as well. I could use some more crit rate, but honestly, that's fine. She's got a bajillion crit damage. Like, how does she have this much crit damage? Oh, that's why. Yeah, so she's got a lot of crit damage from that, and a lot of crit damage from this. 207 crit damage is great on her. I'm pretty happy with this build too, but again, I could have higher crit rate. This would be way better, I believe, as a crit rate neck, but the problem is I would need to make up the speed somewhere. since 225 is already kind of slow for what you need her for. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's just what it's like at the top end. We have Yuna doing the best that she does, being naked. And we have Charlotte here. I've been trying out. I put her extremely slow just to try to gear her up with a unit we're going to try soon. Not really sure what to say about this build. I've tried to get her to work. I just used her for Hell Raid. It was okay, but not exceptional. Obviously, she needs this neck upgraded too. And this could use something else. Basically just a so-so build, kind of being carried by a couple of pieces here, right? So, not sure what to do with her. I really want to play with her more. I love the way she stands. I like her design. I like her skill set. I just want to have a better job with her, you know? Like, I just want her to be better. And also, I'm just noticing now, I didn't notice when I was doing this run that she was on a rage set, and in the dungeon I brought her to, I had 0 debuffs set for hers, so I was probably not getting rage set a lot of the time. Next up is Vildred, and Vildred is kind of all over the place right now. Got 8.5k HP, which is pretty great. Tons of attack, tons of crit chance, tons of crit damage. He's got some pretty stellar pieces of gear right now. This really needs to be plus 15. This neck pisses me off because how good would this be if anything came except for effect resistance? Like, how good would that be? I'm obviously still plus 15 in this once I get a second. But yeah, this is the rest of his gear. He's getting pretty good subs everywhere. Next up is Kisei, and Kisei is 100% primarily Wyvern 11. She does literally nothing but that, and she does a darn good job at it. By the way, for my dungeon runs, I will go through those tomorrow, I guess, so I'll show you all my dungeon runs. And these are her gears. She definitely could use some upgrades, but she doesn't need it because she does what she needs right. And this could definitely be fixed too, but she doesn't really need more than 35% crit chance, so getting the 18 crit damage and the attack on this neck is just pretty solid. I would have to get a crit neck with crit damage to really make this build shine with some crit subs, but I don't have access to that at all. Next up is C-Dom. I'm not really sure what to do with C-Dom either. He's got some pretty nutso pieces of gear, and some pretty trash pieces of gear. He's on a speed set of all things. Not sure what I was thinking there, but sometimes you just work with what you have. Gotta get that effectiveness on her too. She's a little too slow. She still needs about 20 speed to be safe with the builds I'm using her for, but just general PvE is what I use her for against teams I know I can beat with C-Dom. She can also hold a Tagael's Tome, which I do some. Next up is Purgus. Not sure what to do with him. I'm kind of out of defensive rings. As I say that, there's this baller staring at me, so maybe I need to equip him. So I've just kind of left him naked until I decide. Speaking of naked, we have Clarissa naked as well. She did her job for Abyss 90, but honestly, I can't see using her anywhere else, so I just haven't. Same with Aether. Aether's one of those unfortunates where I just love him to death, but I can't find a spot for him in my team. There's no reason for me to use him in any of the dungeons. There's no reason for me to use him in the lab because he doesn't amp too well. There's no reason for me to use him in PvP because he just is too squishy. He's light. It just didn't seem to work right. So overall, I'm really sad I cannot have good gear on Aether, and it really hurts me, especially since I fully awakened him. Next up, we have Cartuja. I did change Cartuja slightly, but not too much. I tried to make him a little tankier. He's on speed, attack. I went with this just because effect resistance is actually solid for PvP, and I get some effectiveness out of it too. Overall, not much change with him though. He's kind of just there for PvP, kind of there to sit beside Violet and just destroy everything. Next up, we have Celestial Mercedes. I did want to make her good. If you notice, I gave her 0 speed as well just to try to combo with some people. Got some pretty nuts gear, but again, it's just not really working too well. Not really sure how to fix this, but I'm gonna try. As for her artifact, I'm kind of moving Caladra between a bunch of different people, so that's why you see some of these without artifacts. Next up, we have quite possibly the worst Angelica in the world. Obviously that's an exaggeration, but She's just here for Wyvern, and that is literally it. I don't use Angelica anywhere. I just don't find a reason to anymore. Tamarin's just so much better. Also, before you guys say you have DN, you're just using her everywhere. Just know I literally never touch DN outside of PvP. So I just 100% use Tamarin basically everywhere. So yeah, she's bare minimum. My goal with this Angelica was to make her bare minimum able to tank Wyvern 11 and not using any gears somebody else would use. So she's basically got a lot of gear that, like, nobody is using this boot in their right mind, right? Nobody's realistically using this. This is one that people would use somewhere, but I could give it to her. Same with this, I'm not using that anywhere. This helm is one I would love to use somewhere else, but it's just perfect for her. And same with this weapon, not many people on my team are using defense sets, so this kind of has everything nobody else uses. Next up, we have probably the biggest addition to the team is Rin. We gave her 7 Mulagora. She's sitting here at 178 speed. She needs some substats here. I like keeping her effectiveness up as well. I'm using her in 2 of my hunts right now, and I also use her for PvP just for funsies. Really like her build, really enjoying using her, just getting a little bit of everything here. Really fun unit, and getting Celestine makes me really happy that I can actually use her, because I've been waiting to 6-star Rin to get Celestine for the longest of times. Next up is Shuri. He's naked. We've got Hazel, Lorena. We have our Guild War All-Star, also one of my Dungeon All-Stars, my Kikarat here. He's got some pretty insane gear. Really like him. And this is kind of wasted on him since I don't really use the speed. So I would like to replace this with a different weapon. But overall, he's absolutely amazing. Super, super phenomenal. Love him to death. And my newest 6-star is Auxiliary Lot. Not happy with this set either yet. He doesn't do enough damage, and he's not tanky enough, and he's not fast enough. So I need to fix him before things finish. Basically, I just feel like his skill set is too good to not use, especially for PvP. And there's so many units I have with just insane DPS gear, but no speed. And I think that's just perfect for Auxiliary Lots. So I definitely plan to either build Aux Lots plus a booster, plus like a Sirmia or something like that, just to one-shot people in Guild War. Or just Aux Lots DPS and a really slow DPS, just to one-shot people. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but really happy with using Aux Lots. And that is about it. I don't think I've geared anybody else at this point. And I think that's everything. So yeah, that's the plan so far. Ooh, we have this. This is the workings of a counter set. We've got 29 defense there. We've got some health there. Honestly, crit damage, crit chance, not doing so great, but it is what it is. We've got these 40 speed boots, and we've got this health ring. So I definitely want to build her on a counter set, and once I kind of get a little bit of a better set going, I will 100% 6-star Destina and start using her. I think she's fantastic, and I think especially the further into the game you go, the better she gets. I would way rather use her than Angelica in PvP, for example. So yeah, that's all I've done. This was the hardest week on my head in a really long time. And holy, it's been rough. Let's just say we took a long time to get this done, and I feel like I'm still worse than I started. So this is one of the reasons why these weeks are so stressful for me, but it is what it is. I had a lot of fun doing it, but it was really painful. So anyways, let me know in the comments below if you want to see any of my specific runs. I do have 2 runs with 3 people. That is my Wyvern and my A11. And I also have my Banshee 11 team working great, and I honestly haven't tried Golem, to be completely honest. Haven't tried Golem at all. No real interest in doing it. That said, we did just get this yesterday instead of ML Araminta, so maybe we'll look into it soon, because I do love Haste. I'm really happy to get him, even though he's not so useful right now. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. Bye!